Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Path of Exile 2, Dawn of the Hunt. It drops this Friday, April 4th. I know a lot of you are torn on a big question. Should you jump into the new Dawn of the Hunt League or stick with your trusty standard league characters? So today we're going to break it all down, the pros, the cons, and just everything in between. This update's massive, and with all the content available in both leagues, the choice isn't as simple as you might think. So let's figure out what's best for you. Don't forget to hit that like button if this helps, and then let's dive in. First, let's set the stage. Dawn of the Hunt is launching with a ton of new stuff. The Huntress class, new Ascendancies for the Warrior, Mercenary, and the Witch, a revamped portal system, new endgame content like corruption zones, bunch of balance changes. Normally, new leagues in Path of Exile come with exclusive mechanics, but here's the kicker. GGG confirmed that all of this new content is core to the game. That means whether you play in the new Dawn of the Hunt League or Standard, you're getting the same features, no exclusives. So why even bother with the new league? Should you just keep grinding with your standard characters? Let's break it all down by looking at what each option offers. Let's start with the new league. When you pick the Dawn of the Hunt banner at the character creation, you're starting fresh, new character, new economy, no items from your old stash. Your purchase stash tabs carry over, which is awesome, but you're basically building from scratch. This is the classic Path of Exile League experience. Everyone's on the same playing field, the economy's fresh, and you get to experience the update as GGG intended. The new league is all about a clean slate. You'll be testing out the balance changes like nerfs to Magic Find and Energy Shield without relying on your old gear. Plus, there's a certain hype to jumping in with the community on day one, racing the maps, figuring out the meta as it evolves. So, what's good about going fresh? First is the economy reset. In a new league, currency like Chaos Orbs, Exalts, Divines, it all starts at 0 for everyone. That means your early drops like decent rare or low tier uniques, they can be worth a bit. You know, it's the best time to get rich quick if you know what you're doing. Second, the community vibe. Launch weekend is electric. Everyone's online. The Twitch streams are popping off. You're all figuring out the new Huntress class and the Ascendancies together. It's a race to the end game, and that competitive energy is just hard to beat. Third, the balance changes. With stuff like mana cost and the passive tree getting reworked, starting fresh lets you build around the new meta from the ground up. Your old standard builds might not even work anymore. More on that later. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Starting fresh means you're back to square one, no gear, no currency, no level gems. If you're not a fan of the early game grind, this can feel like a slog. And let's be real, the economy can get wild. Early on in like Path of Exile 1, stuff like fusing orbs can get stupidly expensive because everyone's trying to craft gear at the same time. Also, if you're just not super experienced, you might fall behind the curve. The new league attracts the sweatiest players who'll be in maps by day 1 and day 2, driving up prices, making it harder to keep up if you're more casual. Now, let's talk standard. Since there's no like seasonal league specific content, you know, your existing characters in standard are just ready to go. You've got your gear, your currency, your level gems, everything you've been working on, and because all the Dawn of the Hunt content like the new classes, Ascendancies, and Endgame is available in Standard, you can jump right into the new stuff without starting over. Standard lets you pick up where you left off. Want to try the new Huntress? Make a new character in Standard and use your existing stash to gear her up fast? Want to fight those new corruption zones immediately? You know, your fully decked out level 90 character is ready to roll. The biggest pro of Standard is convenience. You don't have to grind through the campaign again if you don't want to. You can use your existing wealth to experiment with the new content right away. Got a tab full of uniques. You can slap them on your Huntress and see what works. Already have a million Chaos Swords? Well, guess what? You can craft some crazy gear for the new Ascendancies without breaking a sweat, or just buy them. Standard's also great if you're more casual or you just want to mess around. You can take your time, test builds, not worry about the competitive rush of a new league. Plus, the economy in Standard is more stable. Prices for stuff like gems and crafting materials won't be as inflated as they are in a fresh league. But Standard has its downsides. First, those balance changes that I mentioned. They might wreck your existing builds. If you were running a Magic Finder Energy Shield setup, the nerfs could leave you struggling. You might need to respec or rebuild entirely, which can be a hassle if you don't have the currency to pivot. Second, the economy in Standard can feel stale. There's no reset, so the market's flooded with high-end items. Your drops might also not feel as valuable. The excitement of finding a good rare in a new league just isn't there. Finally, you also miss out on the community hype. Standard doesn't have that launch day energy. Most players will be in the new league, I assume, so trade might be a bit slower, and you also might feel like you're playing solo more often. So, new league or Standard? That was my take. If you love the thrill of a fresh start, want to be part of the launch day hype, don't mind the early game grind, go for the Dawn of the Hunt League. It's the best way to experience the update as GGG intended. You'll get to ride the wave with the community. If you're more casual, already have a character you love, or just want to pump straight into the new content without starting over, stick with Standard. You'll save time. You can enjoy everything Dawn of the Hunt has to offer. Personally, I'm going to the new league. I'm a sucker for fresh economy and just like the race to maps. But I'll probably mess around in Standard later to test some goofy builds with my old gear, maybe make some videos on that. But that's really about it for today, guys. Are you guys going fresh with Dawn of the Hunt or sticking with Standard? Drop your choice in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you guys are thinking. If this video helped you decide, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell so you don't miss my launch streams this Friday. I'll be diving into the new league live. I'd love to see you guys there. Until then, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.